Hello, I'm Robert with Gale Force Winds. I'm overjoyed to be here today with Academy Canada. This is a huge day, and we've got a wonderful guest leading this effort today. If you don't mind, please introduce yourself and tell us about today.
Thanks. Hi, everyone. I'm Lisa Lovelady. I'm very proud to be the president and the CEO of the learning community that is Academy Canada. And today is one of the most magical days for us because it's graduation day and we're here to celebrate and honor our graduates. So yay, it's a really one of the best days for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You said two huge words there, celebrate and honor. Tell me about those words. How do you do that for students? How do you celebrate and honor students?
I believe that we live it every day.
Yeah.
Truly. When you come to our campus, folks tell me that they feel how much we care. And that makes me incredibly proud of the team that we have. I have so much trust in our team, and because I know they care about making sure the students have a wonderful experience. Every day we set the stage for them to do well because it's the students who have to do the work. And that's where the honor comes in, because it is so inspiring to see what they can achieve. So we're the supporting cast, we're in the background, we're creating the conditions, but they are creating the outcomes.
Yeah.
And there's so much to honor. And then it's great to take times like this to really pause and reflect and celebrate in a more splashy way, you know? And that's what graduation is for us.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's an incredibly rewarding thing to do, to work in education. It truly is.
Yeah. Now, you're leading this multifaceted organization, honoring and challenging students. But what about staff as well? I mean, in order to create a culture that honors a student, you need to have staff and instructors that are on board with the philosophy of Academy Canada. So can you talk about that a little bit?
Sure. I think we're so lucky that they come to us. I feel that there's something that we're doing something right because we're attracting such wonderful people to join what we're trying to do. And that's critical because it's, you know, you can set the direction, and you must set the direction as a leader, but you really have to ensure you're attracting and supporting the right people. Absolutely. Who truly, it's not my idea, it's their idea. Like, they own it, and it's something that they're driven to do. So everybody that you'll see today on the stage and the folks working, they're working so hard because they care so much and they want our grads to have the best day ever. So it's magical.
Yes.
It is magical. Yes. So it's not easy to lead an organization. However, it's possible, and I think most days are just amazing because of the people. So, you know, I'm very lucky.
You're very lucky. Yeah. And to be leading an organization that is attracting quality people.
Yes, for sure. Yeah,
in this climate.
It's true. There are definitely workforce challenges, and there's plenty of opportunities for our graduates to secure meaningful work in their field. And yeah, it's true. Everyone deserves to work in an environment where they feel valued, where they feel connected, where there's joy, when there's opportunities to laugh, when there's room to make mistakes, to acknowledge that you made a mistake, and to have the opportunity to fix it and move forward and to grow. And those are the conditions that we hope to create for everyone at Academy Canada. And I really hope that it has a ripple effect. And there are lots of other organizations like that too. And we like to align ourselves with organizations that share those values, because everything that we accomplish, I think, is through meaningful human connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. some of the most powerful learning experiences I've had and some of the most embarrassing experiments I've had is when I've made mistakes, especially on the job or in a learning environment where you're just embarrassed in front of your colleagues or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's a huge opportunity to learn and to have that built into your structure where it's a safe space to make mistakes so you can learn and move on.
Yeah, absolutely. And it gives people the opportunity to be brave and to go a little bit outside their comfort zone. So if you feel a little bit scared and a little bit unsure, you're probably right where you need to be in terms of growth. And that is astounding. So when you're leading an organization, the whole point is to amplify and to create situations where you achieve so much more together than you ever could alone. And that requires being on the edge a little bit in terms of your comfort.
Yes, absolutely. So talk about how you instill that in a culture, to be brave, but also a little bit scared, to confront that border space, that liminal space.
Yeah, the liminal space. It's important to live it, so I live it, and to be open about how we do things, and then to invite others to be that way as well. And it sets the tone. And then, so let me think. There's lots of ways that you can do it, but I do start by living it and being intentional, and also by letting go. So it's, for me, the biggest challenge has been to let go and allow my team members, my leaders, to own initiatives without me hovering and nitpicking and micromanaging. So yeah, once they have the skills and they know what to do, let them do it. Stay engaged, check in, be involved, but give them room to do it.
Lisa, that's a bravery in leadership too, because it's built on trust.
Absolutely, yeah. It is, and the mistakes that are made along the way are far outweighed by the success. Like we talk about an analogy of, if you're baking a cake, mistakes can happen, right? You may spill some flour on the counter. Okay, is that a big deal mistake? No, we just wipe up the flour and keep going. Maybe you drop an egg on the floor and the egg cracks. Now, a dropped egg, a raw egg on the floor, that is a pain to clean up. But we can clean it up. We'll clean it up. If you set the curtains on fire, well, that's going to require, I think, a bit more of a course correction. So, it's not anything goes with mistakes. Sometimes you got to swoop in and course correct. But usually the mistakes are along the lines of flour and eggs.
Yeah.
And you sweep it up, you clean it up, you learn, you move on.
Awesome.
Yeah,
for sure. I'm going to pull out my phone here because I have an extended quote that I want to read. In preparing for today, I was on your website, and in the About section, this paragraph really stood out to me, and I'd like to read it to you, and perhaps you can reflect on it. Founder Dr. David Smallwood argued that students need more than just books and lectures to become strong professionals. He knew that they also need encouragement, support, and a learning environment that challenges everyone to do their best. Most importantly, however, he taught us that every student deserves to be treated as an individual who has unique goals, motivations, and needs. When I read that last night, I thought that was a beautiful philosophy for cultivating a fabulous learning environment. Can you talk about the importance of that statement in your learning philosophy?
absolutely. So it's so nice to hear Dr. Smallwood's words. That is hard to say. Dr. Smallwood's words ripple through our organization. Yeah, he's amazing. He's a beautiful person, and I'm so glad he set that initial direction as our founder. And when I read those words, over 20 years ago, when I was preparing for my interview with Academy Canada, I thought, wow, this is an organization that aligns with my values. And you know what? I was right. So that, for me, I guess that's what attracted me to Academy Canada. It was the values alignment. And then when I came in through the doors, I felt welcome. And I felt like I already belonged. And I thought, this is something special.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I really learned how to make a 3-month pilot temporary contract work. It's been such a journey and a joy. So yeah, we live it every day. I really believe those words, and yeah, and I guess that's another answer to the earlier question of what do you think is attracting people. I think we're open about our values and the way. So it's not just what we do, it's how we do it, and I think it's the how we do it that attracts the people to us that genuinely care.
Yeah, you've mentioned that a couple times about just living it, and you just recently said honoring and believing in people, welcoming, creating an environment of trust. These are huge principles to live by, crucially important.
I think so too.
So
yeah.
How does it work?
How does it work? So we value compassion, empathy, kindness, also setting expectations as well.
Yes.
You can have all of these attributes and still expect the very best and help students get there.
Yes.
So there's a way to lift everyone up, and we all do very well. And so that's, I guess, the how. And there's all sorts of structures and mechanisms and really good sound practices embedded as well. So you can't just run a school on feelings,
Yeah.
right? They're important, but you have to have, strong policy. You have to have good structure. You have to have excellent curriculum that's developed hand in hand with employers. You have to make sure that you're tracking student employment, so that they're going on to get that meaningful work. There's so much to it, but the values are sort of that shows you which way your compass needle is pointing.
Yeah.
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 Does that answer your question?
It certainly does. I'm thinking of someone sitting at home now who might be thinking about a career change. Why should they consider Academy Canada?
Well, I hope they do consider Academy Canada, and I think it's important if you're considering a career change to look at all the options that might be there in front of you. And if we are offering the type of programming that will help you get to that career change, I do hope that folks will check us out. And I also encourage them to check out all the options and make a really informed decision. So we're here to help provide the information so the person can make the best decision for them. And and happily, a lot of people do decide to come and join us and to learn with us. Yeah.
And I think part of making a career change, just back to, I guess, the philosophy that's sort of behind it, how do I word this? You've got to be brave.
Yeah.
And confront your fears as well. Any advice on how to practically do that in your own life?
Yes. Well, I'll share what I do.
Yeah.
And what I do is, if it's something that I want to do, and I don't know if I can do it, and I feel a little, that's audacious. I don't know about that. I try to identify what might be the very first step I could take to get me on that path. And I don't worry about getting to the big goal. I just ask myself, can I take that first step? And I take it. And then, can I take that next step? And then I take it. And then after a while, you look back and you go, whoa, Look at all the gains. Look at what's been achieved. So if that's useful for anyone, it works for me. Just set the big goal, dream big, be audacious, and then take a breath and just think what might be that very first step. And just worry about that first step. Take that first step, and the next step will come. And yeah, that's what helps me. And then, obviously surround yourself with people who believe in you and the encouragement and the energy and all the good stuff. But ultimately, you're the one that has to take that first step.
Yeah.
So,
and let's say they take that first step and they call your admissions office. What can they expect to hear?
They can expect to hear a warm hello. They can expect to have an engaging conversation. They can expect to have their questions answered. And they can expect to have follow-up. Yeah. And they're going to feel welcome. And I know it because I trust that. I know that's true.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you for your leadership in such an important sector. And thank you for this time together.
Oh, it was my pleasure.
Enjoy celebrating your students today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.